something short. You can see that right leg just canvassing out towards square leg, which says if it's short, I'm going to try and have a crack at it.
Yeah.
So if he's got some courage, he can bowl that rolling slow off cutter wide outside the off stump.
Just 2 off the over. And a wicket! He slams one into Maddison's stumps. And this game, with its shifts in momentum, continues.
You miss, I hit. That's Jamie Overton's game plan at the moment. Probably a touch fuller than he would have been hoping for, but certainly hitting the stumps near the top of off stump there. So that's the game plan for Jamie Overton at the moment. Fast and at the top of off stump, and that's about as close as you can get to the top of off stump. Wonderful bowling, great planning, and the Strikers hit back. Maddison goes for a well-made 21 off 14, and Thunder fall to 4 for 121.
We've got a juicer and a steam oven, but our favorite appliance is our Aquasana filter. It makes all the water that we drink and cook with cleaner and healthier.
Tastes better too.
Visit aquasana.com today.
Time these two teams met was Daniel Sams, who was the player of the match. 42 off 18 balls he smashed.
Yep, he smashed Lloyd Pope into the stands at Canberra from memory,
Yep.
Different scenario now, facing 145 kilometres an hour shy at the stumps. That's a really good over that from Jamie Overton. 3 runs from it and a wicket. 4 for 122.
A match right in the balance and a match of consequence for both these teams. Thunder need to win every game to have a chance to play in the finals. 5 wins got the Stars in last season. And the Strikers, you can see if they win, it's only their 6th game to jump up and join the Sixers and the Heat, having played 1 less game than the Heat. Pope bowling, smacked away. Over it goes. Sams with a maximum.
Oh, the rematch has gone in the favour of Daniel Sams. He was the victor last time they faced. And this is just width. That is just beautifully tossed up in the slot. And the good news is that Daniel Sams went with it. Didn't try to fight it. Over extra cover. Good power. 24 from 11 balls he's got so far in the BBL off spin.
Yeah! Lloyd strikes! Oh, the roar around the Adelaide Oval. The look in the eyes of Lloyd Pope, the leggy.
Oh, they love him. They absolutely love him here in Adelaide. He's a cult figure, and for good reason. He continues to deliver for the Adelaide Strikers. Courage, tossed it up. A leg spinner, didn't spin as much as expected. Daniel Sams playing across the line. Massive big heave-ho on the onside, and Popey, come on, he says, it's game on. 5 for 128.
Chris Green comes out. Starting to get some really tight finishes in the BBL at the moment.
We are, aren't we?
Yeah, this is tight as well. season on the line, you think, for both teams. They need some momentum. They need some victories. Chris Green hasn't been amongst the runs. 35 runs, striking at 109 in this competition.
That's nice, Popey.
The Sydney Thunder continue to back in these all-rounders.
Yep.
I've always felt that most times they're one batter short in their lineup. They've got Sams, Green, Willie, McAndrew.
Yep.
Pretty handy with the bat, but can be match winners, all four of them. But you wouldn't say they're bankers, particularly in a tight situation like this.
Yeah, the one thing you would say, though, is that they're now at this stage of their careers, they're experienced all-rounders, so they've got that up their sleeve. The other thing they've got is the wily bull at the other end.
Yep.
Still breathing fire at this level, coming off 130, and he knows that he can clear these fences straight down the ground or square. No ground big enough for the bull when he gets going.
Well, a couple of dot balls, Cal, or a single, and this will push up to above 11.
Yep.
First time we've seen that in a while. Required rate.
Yep.
Green chops it away.
It's a big ball to finish this, actually, Lloyd Pope. Davey Warner will probably just take his medicine and just bunt it in on the onside. Try and get maximum access to retaining the strike. He knows that this is the last ball from the leg spinner, so bring the quicks back on and we'll put it in the favour of Chris Green.
Over 20,000 rally behind Lloyd. Warner knocks him away for a single. This is going to be some finish. 3 overs to go. 34 needed. 5 for 132. So the captain has decided he's got a role to play with the ball now. 34 off 18. Ferg, do you like it?
Look, I do. I think Davey Warner's the key here. So spinning away from the left-hander and inviting him to go across the line potentially against the spin. I like that they've got the deep backward point for the reverse sweep too, but I don't think that'll deter Davey. I think he'll feel like he can get it fine or over cover rather than to that guy.
Oh, no.
He doesn't like it, but he rides his luck, and he finds a boundary.
Well, thought he was out there, Davey Warner, and he got enough of it. So important boundary, first ball of the over, 4 runs. That's the big gap. Giving himself room to access that offside over, extra cover. He was beaten in flight and direction from Matty Short. He needs to continue to fire it in towards that leg stump.
He goes down the ground. Big moment this. Couldn't take it. Oh, the desperate dive. Ross out there. Not too many others you'd want in that position.
I'll tell you what, he's a brilliant outfielder, Alex Ross, but I thought he took this way too casually at the start. He had to make good ground, but it didn't look like he made big steps early and then put himself under pressure and had to dive in the end. Thought he actually made a meal of that, Alex Ross. That's a big moment in the game. 8 runs off the first 2 balls.
26 off 16.
It's a good line from Matty Short. Good change of direction.
So I think you'd say the bowling change, it paid off. It created the opportunity. He's bowled well in this over so far. So now they've got to try and get Davey Warner to make an error again. He's the key here. If he's here at the end, the Thunder win the game. It's as simple as that.
the leg side. Single only. Well, Warner wants to come back. Green's in trouble. He's out. He's been run out. Disaster for the Thunder.
I think we heard Davey Warner call that one through. Chris Green, he responded. Let's have a look at the side on here. He was a long way gone. He responded. Let's have a look at the side on here. He was a long way gone. He just didn't get in and out before the ball was in the hands. And it was a good throw in. So, another big blow to the Thunder's chances here. Chris Green goes. Thunder 6 for 142.
David Willey back in the BBL for the first time in 8 years, playing his first game for the Sydney Thunder. And he comes out into the cauldron of the Adelaide Oval. Tension everywhere.
Yeah, he's a big hitter, actually, David Willey. He's got a good slog sweep to cow corner. Tell you what, Chris Green was upset with David Warner there, and he did call him through for 2. But there was no way in the world Chris Green was ever going to get back to the danger end. He should have told him, no, Dave, stay there.
Yep. You've always got that option, don't you, Hodgie?
Yep.
You've always got the option to say no.
It's a pretty good finish in the over for Matty Short after going for 8 off the first 2 balls. 11 runs from it so far, and that's the end of the over. 6 for 143.
Let's go to Richo and just get a sense of the atmosphere out there. Richo, this is going down to the wire.
Well, there's 2 teams that are just fighting to the finish here, but then there's the third factor, and that is this big crowd. 30,000 South Australians are desperate for their mighty Adelaide Strikers to hold their nerve here. And in their way is a champion of Australian cricket, I should say a champion of world cricket, in David Warner. If Warner stays for these 2 overs, the Sydney Thunder win. But 30,000 plus are hoping to see the back of the man affectionately known as the Bull.
Yeah, the Bull's pouring the ground. He loves these scenarios. He's ready to charge. Can he get his team over the line? Well, he has bowled serious heat tonight, Jamie Overton. Even when factoring in his variations, so his slower balls, which are 118, 120, his average speed is still nearly 141 k's an hour.
Yeah, that's extraordinary. He's bowling with great heat. Back to his youth. We spoke to him the other week, and he was talking about how he's put a real focus on this white ball format. It's paying dividends.
Warner can only get 1 here. So Willie will have the strike. 21 needed off 11.
Big Bash continues to deliver on 7 and 7 plus. Just outstanding this.
Well, in the last week or so, we've had the Gabba result with the Heat getting over the Stars in thrilling circumstances. We go to the MCG, the Renegades get over the Stars in thrilling circumstances. We come to the Adelaide Oval. It's almost every night now you're going to get a genuine thriller, serious entertainment, gripping finishes.
Just thinking back to the Hurricane Scorchers game down at Bell Reeve as well.
Yep.
Needs to be tied on middle and leg, Overton.
Willie manages to get Warner on strike.
That's good bowling. Really sharp bowling. He's been impressive tonight, Overton.
Got to remember, Hodgie didn't bowl an over the other night over at the Optus Stadium, quite incredibly.
So look at the coaching staff telling them to change fields, getting their players in the hot spots.
Yep, that's it. That last run out affected by Mackenzie Harvey, one of the best fielders in the game. He was standing right in the middle of the hot spot, in the right position, affected the run out. It's so crucial in these fixtures.
Warner get a good piece of it. He's running hard, but it'll only be one again.
Right on cue. There he is, Mackenzie Harvey, out at the mid-wicket boundary. Might have been Alex Ross by the looks of things, so I've got that one wrong. But again, like Brad Hodge just described before, Alex Ross, one of the best in the business in the outfield. Obviously missed that chance before, but you've got your best fielders in the hot spots, making sure you're taking every chance you can.
The Englishman. And the batsman wins. Hoisted over fine leg into the crowd. What a strike from Willie.
Smart batting. Beautiful scoop. Gets in line with it. Knows that Overton's going to bang it into the wicket, and it just hustles across the off stump. Uses the pace of the delivery. 145 kilometres an hour. Gets up and underneath it. Oh, great batting this. 13 from 8. So he's back over the wicket now, Overton. What's he got? Is he going to bang this one on a length, or is he going to push it wide outside the off stump? He was really strong on the onside, Willie. You've got to take it away from him. 2 back on the offside. 3rd and a deep point for protection.
Taken! A screamer! Match short, unbelievable.
Well, catches win matches, and that's given them every chance here. If that goes for 4, the game is just a completely different proposition. Well, what a catch this is. For a tall man to get so low, move so quickly, that is an incredible catch by the skipper. Both skippers standing up late for their sides. Who's going to come out on top? We're going to find out very shortly, but David Willey goes for 8 off 4. That is a massive wicket. David Willey bats in the top order over in the 100, and he's batting quite low down. He can play. That was a crucial wicket. With all the experience in the world at international level, he could have very easily seen this out with David Warner, and Matt Short has said not tonight. So that brings Nathan McAndrew out, another one of these all-rounders at the Thunder's disposal. Knows the Adelaide Oval like the back of his hand, plying his trade at the South Australian Redbacks, now known as the South Australian Cricket Association, in all formats. Well, I'll tell you what, he's got a job to do here with his skipper.
He's only had 2 bats. Last bat, 11 off 5.
And this is a free hit, this one, Hodgie. Last ball of the 19th.
Up it goes. Chance of a catch. Dropped. Wood has put him down. Oh, the drama in this match.
And it's a dot ball. They haven't taken a single. So that is the end of an eventful over. 9 runs from it and a wicket. 7 for 153. 13 runs from 6.
Listen to the crowd. They are so engaged here. There is so much happening. I know we use WinViz in the test matches to work out the percentages and the chances of each team winning. They would have been all over the shop tonight as one team looked to get in front, the other one strikes back. It's had it all, and we still don't know who will emerge victorious. Thunder must win or it's season over. They cannot make finals. They made the final last year against the Hurricanes. The Strikers need a win to push their cause forward.
There it is right in front of us. Strikers and Thunder, both sides desperately trying to get nearer to that top 4. And I'll tell you what, this is as good as it gets. The Adelaide Oval, 30 degrees, not a breath of wind out there. Perfect conditions for players, perfect conditions for viewers, whether you're on TV, on Channel 7, 7+, or you're out the ground. How good is Big Bash cricket?
Yeah.
Keeps delivering.
Well, he has to go wide here, Luke Wood. He's trying to get his field right. He's taking the time with Matty Short. They need to have a look at that time clock as well. They need to keep an eye on that. So his options are wide outside off stump to Davey Warner or Yorker.
Warner goes at him. A dot. He knows it's up to him. He's not going to expose McAndrew. He has 5 balls left.
So I think with 13 to get off the last over, you would have said that the Thunder are ahead of the game with David Warner set on 66 at the crease. 13 from 5 definitely brings it back towards the Strikers. I'd say it's still in the Thunder's hands here, Hodgie.
Yeah, they've just got to watch out for twos. He's going to execute to that wide line again, just outside the balls. So Davey needs to just hustle back towards the offside and get in line with the ball and smash it through the covers.
Warner goes to try and reverse him, and he's beaten.
Wow.
3 dots of mass on Warner.
Luke Wood. This has been an outstanding start to the over. He probably didn't quite land that where he would have liked. He would have been trying to stay away from the channel around 4th stump line because that's swinging up. Davey Warner went to go the lap and couldn't get any bat on it. Luke Wood desperately will try and stay out of the swinging arc. He'll try and go as wide as possible or right under his feet at leg stump, as Hodgie suggested just before.
Full. He can't do much with it. He'll have to come back for 2, Davey. He can't. He's stranded at the non-striker's end. McAndrew will have to hit 2 sixes.
Well, that's the other thing. Davey's underestimated McAndrew's ability to clear the ropes. So, he's not happy, Davey, is he? So one of the kabooms has taken a hammering into the turf. Tell you what, it's interesting what your mind plays tricks with you, because the one where he tried to reverse lap it was the ball that was right in the slot.
Yeah.
Right in the slot. So again, Wood will try and defend. He will push it across McAndrew. He'll push it across that wide line. Way outside off stump. 2 back defending on the point. And it is harder to hit it over extra cover for 6. So he will want to try and keep it away from that swing arc of McAndrew. Anything on middle and leg, he'll try and steer away from there.
That'll go for 4. It's not going to be enough, though.
No, it's beautifully bowled.
Full.
Yeah, it's beautifully bowled by Luke Wood. Great execution. And that should be enough for the Strikers. Beautiful execution. Absolutely outstanding this whole over. That was probably the toughest ball. He was going to have to try and hit for 6. And he's absolutely nailed it right on the wide line. Almost perfectly on the crease. What an over of execution from Luke Wood.
Yeah, under pressure. And interestingly, they've had their 2 overseas players deliver the last 2 overs. One thing you will have to be careful of is the margin. He can't go from wide. One thing you will have to be careful of is the margin. He can't go from wide. So he'd rather be on that safer side than on the further side. If I was McAndrew, I'd go and stand basically right next to off stump and just say, if you bowl it in my eye line, I'm going to whack you for 6. See what happens.
McAndrew goes after it, but a brilliant display of death bowling from Wood kills off the Thunder's finals chances as the hopes of the Strikers soar.
Well, that's a great effort to defend that target. It looked under par at the halfway mark, 165.